So Sharon, Josh, I'm so happy to sit here and I'm full of emotions that you're going home today. You got your passport, your Australian citizenship, then the Australian passport. I remember how hard we wanted it and we did it. And how many, not years, but how long we are in this journey together? Was
2 years? 2 years and a bit. So it's been a while. Yeah. We were here our first time 2 years ago, and now it's our last day here today. So
we feel like we're leaving family now. Yeah.
And so can you tell more, if you can go back to that time when you just started deciding to go somewhere for surrogacy, that was like an option, starting to consider this as an option for you. Why did you decide to go for Ukraine, and what fears did you have to go like overseas from Australia?
Basically, we had tried surrogacy in Australia for over a year unsuccessfully. We did meet and greets, we did everything in our power that we could, and it was pretty much a waste of time. Josh and I began to get very frustrated, and we wanted to sort of I suppose look at other avenues, and I think what happened, was it Michelle who decided?
Yeah, someone in our family mentioned to do it. Ukraine was an option to do. But yeah, in Australia it's all altruistic, so you can't do any sort of financial compensation to the surrogate, which makes it very difficult. So Australia was just too hard. Then we were told, I think by a family member, about Ukraine. So we started to investigate it, and I mean our first thoughts were like, we're a bit worried, and like
Ukraine?
Like
what? Why would we go to Ukraine? That's so far away. Do they speak English? There was all these fears.
Yeah, so we had a lot of fears with that. But eventually, when we started doing research and the homework and seeing how it's done, it seems like it was actually more straightforward in Ukraine than it is back home in Australia. So I'm not sure what the turning point was, but definitely.
I think we delved in further and we started to investigate.
Yeah.
Different agencies, did some reading and whatnot. Came across quite a few dodgy agencies that just really didn't feel right. And later actually proved to be not so good. And then we came across you, and that was the biggest turning point for us. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, when we spoke to you, that was probably the biggest change. I can't remember when it was such a long time ago, but I remember you gave us all the information, and we were still hesitant about certain things, more to do with the country, but you made it so much easier for us. I don't think we could have done this without you guys, no doubt.
You broke it down. You made it clear, as clear as it could be, and you were very professional. Your English is fantastic, which made a huge difference.
Now in hindsight, speaking English is a really big thing, considering that other people don't speak English as much. So the fact that you spoke fluent English was a huge help. But there were so many things. And
there were so many factors. Yeah,
it all goes together.
Yeah.
I remember you started, we started with you, and the first transfer was not good. I can probably tell that we had a still pregnancy first, and it was a hard time, but we quickly started, we changed the surrogate to another person. Now we have a beautiful boy. He decided to come this way, and he's such a sweet baby. When I hold him, I start to think what I have to think about, that maybe just to sit longer, just think about something that I can sit longer and stay longer with that baby.
He's a sweetheart.
Yeah. We're very, very lucky.
No, there's nothing we would change. Yeah, I mean the first one, it was with a miscarriage, unfortunate, and we had obviously a separate surrogate for that one.
Yeah.
But then, second time around it was successful again, and all was fine.
I think that what I had to keep reminding myself and what people reminded me of is that in real life, when someone's pregnant, it's not always smooth. Right. Things go wrong. Whatever, like miscarriages, things happen. And when all of this happened, it was devastating. It was like any other pregnancy, pretty much. It's a roller coaster, except our correspondence was on the phone or face-to-face on computer. So, of course, you know, there's that bit of difficulty there. But at the end of the day, although, you know, we waited to find our next surrogate, we had complete faith in Yevgeny to find that right person for us. Yeah. And we had met the previous surrogate and we were just so impressed by your choices. And I suppose that instilled faith in us. And we eventually met Victoria, our second surrogate, our beautiful surrogate who created this beautiful boy. And she was an unbelievable person, and that's very important to us. So we saw her on Skype, and I'm probably talking too much, but you can tell, like, when you speak to someone and the type of person that they are. So
yeah, so it was like first time we selected, I would say, like from many candidates, one, and you like it right away, and the second time again. So yeah, because many parents, they ask how actually we choose, like you give a catalog or what you do. So just what we do is like we present a candidate and then you approve or not, but usually it's a good connection between parents. And what was the most important for you to approve this surrogate?
Look, I think with any surrogate, personally, well, no, for both of us, and I would say generally for any parent, the things that worried me were, what if they smoke? What if they drink? What if they party? What if they don't look after themselves? I spoke to you about all of those things, and I was completely and utterly assured that these surrogate girls would be completely looked after, and the team actually cares about them. It's not just a job, it's very personal. So we had complete faith that all behaviours would be appropriate.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, I think I have like many questions in my head before, and now I'm looking at you I feel like we had to come to this point actually of anyway, so we must sit like that and talk about all our journey. And sometimes I'm like going emotional and like think, where are my questions? You know, I have no questions. I have no questions anymore. I'm like so happy.
I talk so much.
Yeah.
It's been a long journey, and I mean, I don't know. It's knowing that we're now at the end and we have his passport and we've done the entire process. Looking back, I mean, it wasn't always smooth sailing, but I mean, the best choice we made through the entire thing was, well, we're so glad we did it in Ukraine, and second of all, choosing you to do it. If I think now of using someone else, other companies that we spoke to, it would have made such a big difference in the whole process, like the actual entire process, and it's so long, but you made it so much easier. If we didn't use you, it would have been so much harder. So that was a really, really good choice. And yeah, going home now, it's a bit surreal. Can't really believe that we're going, but look, if we come back and we do surrogacy again, would use you in a heartbeat, definitely, absolutely.
And just to add to that, I believe in you and your team so much, and Dr. Sobolev, who is just like to me. This is the doctor that does the transfers and everything, and also speaks English really well, explains things, very delicate person. I we wanted to see him before we leave. We're leaving later today. We wanted to see him to say thank you, because he is just so gifted. And I just think, yeah, as a complete team, having someone like that, and all of the girls that work with you, Evgeny, the boy, everyone works with their heart. It's not just a job. So it certainly makes a really big difference. And Josh and I were talking already, like, would we do this again? You know, and we're not sure, but there'd be no question who would do it with, and it would definitely be with you guys.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. What can you say about Odessa? You've been to Kiev and to Odessa. Would you like recommend to not to be afraid to come to a smaller city, because like parents think that the level of quality different and so on?
Look, it's a very safe city. Like, I mean, our impressions before we came was maybe it's not as safe as Australia, because Australia is really safe. But to be honest, around here in Odessa, it is extremely safe. I don't think once we felt unsafe at all. First time we came here was summer, and the second time was winter. So we've kind of seen both seasons.
And now it's spring.
Now it's spring. So we've kind of almost seen it every sort of type. But look, I mean, Odessa is a beautiful city. When we were here in summer, it was just amazing. It was like fresh air. It was hot. It was really nice. Kiev was a bit different. Kiev was a bit similar to home because it was a bit more built up and metropolitan. But I think we prefer Odessa over Kiev, just our personal preference. And we spent so much time here as well. So, but look, our first thoughts of Odessa were completely wrong. It is really safe here. Really, really nice city, and you know, I'll definitely come back, 100%.
I keep sending pictures to people of the beautiful sunrises and sunsets over the ocean, and things that I thought would matter to me. It's an older city. It is an old city. It's different than some of the areas. We're from Melbourne, than some of the areas in Melbourne, but it's just different, and it has its own unique beauty about it. And every time I go for a walk here, I literally stop and take a deep breath in, because this air is just so, it just makes you feel alive.
Yeah, but for other people doing it from Australia, if they're thinking about coming into Ukraine, you know, it is very different to Australia, really different, but not so much in a bad way, just different. It's not something to be like scared of. It's just the way life is run here. It's just different to back home. But
the toughest part is language barrier. But in saying that, this time was very different, because with all the translating things you can do now, you shine a phone over what foods there are, and you know, the team especially have been great with that. If we get stuck when we're at a chemist and we need to know something, get Natalia on the phone, or whoever, you or whoever, like, you know, just there's always backup there, so you're never really stuck as far as the language barrier goes. You're not on your own.
And the last question, when the baby was born, and when did you receive the passport? What was the time frame?
You can answer that.
Good question. So he was born, and then about 6 weeks later, we've got the passport. So he was born, 6 weeks passed, now we're going home. So, which is pretty much what we expected. So I think as a whole,
there were no surprises.
There were no surprises at all. It could have been longer, but it could have been shorter. But you know, in the end, it was about average, and 6 weeks is really good. So, you know, to think that we can take him home now is amazing. So 6 weeks is nothing in the big picture, so to speak. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for answering questions, and actually agree for this video. It will dramatically help other people to not be afraid to come and to get the same successful ending of the journey as you have. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you to you, Evgeny, Natalia, you guys have
Come
been.
here.
Yeah.
Let us show everybody. Natalia, I think like parents already know Natalia. Lisa is also for surrogate mothers. Evgeny for everything and surrogate mothers.
They've all been massive helps in every single way. Everyone's been like done their thing, and we couldn't have done it without anyone in it. So
yeah, and also our angel that is not with us right now. She's in India. Poonam, big hug from everybody. You are our guardian, and we love you so much. And also a lot of people are also involved, like doctors, nurses, our doctor that is looking for surrogates, and like there are many people involved, and also Evgeny that is doing the video right now. So, and we're really happy to get to such points with our parents, and we will be waiting for your message from Australia.
We'll make sure we send photos and see them grow up.
Absolutely. We'll definitely keep in touch, that's for sure.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.